Tonight, killed in the line of duty.
It just kind of really hits home like the reality of what we do every day.
The shooting death of Trooper Josh Davis stuns the North Country, from law enforcement to community members. Also in jail, no bail set. The shooting suspect back in court just an hour ago. And
you realize how much he meant to the community with what's going on now. There's so much support.
he became a police officer himself, inspired by his brother. Tonight, Josh Davis speaks with us.
You're watching the North Country's news station. 7 News this evening starts now. Live from downtown Watertown, here's Jeff Cole.
Good evening. Tonight, new details on how Trooper Joel Davis was killed in the line of duty. And we also speak with Trooper Davis's brother, Josh Davis, a Watertown City police officer. A very emotional interview, as you can imagine. And what is clear tonight is that the Davis family is far from being alone in mourning the loss of this trooper, father, and community volunteer. But we begin tonight with the suspect and new details on the gun allegedly used in the killings of 2 people near Theresa last night. Just an hour ago, 32-year-old Justin Walters was back in Town of Luray court, arraigned on 1st and 2nd-degree murder charges. Walters, a decorated Fort Drum soldier, is accused of using a rifle to shoot and kill his wife, 27-year-old Nicole Walters, and then 36-year-old Trooper Joel Davis, as he responded to the scene. The initial call was for a domestic problem with gunshots on County Route 46 just after 8 o'clock last night. Walters is in jail with no bail set. The case will now go to a grand jury. State Police Superintendent George Beach led a news conference this afternoon at the State Police barracks, that is, on Route 37, just outside of Watertown. And we learned more of what happened when Trooper Davis arrived on scene. Let's go live to 7 News reporter Garrett Domblewski, who has more on how this happened on River Road. Garrett.
Jeff, state police say Trooper Davis arrived on scene to the sound of gunshots. He radioed those in, and then he approached the driveway back here, and that's when he was shot.
Trooper Davis exited his vehicle and walked toward the driveway when he was shot once.
State Trooper Joel Davis arrived only minutes before backup. By the time other troopers got there, Davis had been shot and could not be found. The second trooper on scene heard more gunfire, then saw the alleged shooter, Justin Walters, standing in his driveway. The trooper drew his weapon and pointed it at Walters. At this point, the trooper saw Davis laying wounded in a ditch, and Walters laid down his weapon and surrendered.
Within moments, additional troopers arrived, and they attended to Trooper Davis and assisted in taking Walters into custody.
Troopers then found Nicole Walters, the alleged shooter's wife, dead in the driveway with multiple gunshot wounds. Police identified a third victim as Rebecca Finkel, saying she was shot in the upper torso, but her injuries were non-life-threatening. Police say Trooper Davis had a protective vest on, but the bullet may have hit him in the side.
The vest itself has a ballistic plate in the front of it. We believe that this round entered to the side of that and fatally injured the trooper.
And as you said, Jeff, court papers say that both victims were shot with the same rifle. The state police also say that multiple weapons were seized from the home of the suspect, Justin Walters. Jeff?
Garrett Domblewski live. Thank you. Tonight, a brother mourns. Trooper Davis isn't the only police officer in his family. His older brother, Josh, is an officer with the Watertown Police Department. 7 News reporter Chris Spiker sat down with Josh Davis late this afternoon and has more on what he had to say. Chris.
Good evening, Jeff. Josh Davis says his brother Joel is the reason he became a police officer. He says he wants Joel Davis to be remembered as an excellent officer and, more importantly, a good person. Josh Davis says he and his brother come from a close-knit family in a close-knit community. They were raised in Philadelphia, New York. They played sports together as kids. And when Joel became a police officer, Josh says he was inspired to follow his older brother. Josh says his brother was always the first to respond to a scene, a model state trooper.
He was such a good officer. He did everything the right way, the way he was supposed to do things, and he was looked up to by all the officers, old and new. He was my best friend. I loved him. I miss him. I'm gonna miss him. I wish he was still here.
Now, Josh had plenty more to say about his brother and how he wants to be remembered. Jeff, I'll have much more from my interview with him tonight on 7 News at 11 and at 10 on your North Country Fox.
Chris Spiker, thank you. Just a couple of miles from the scene of the shooting, a roadside memorial has been set up outside of Broken Spur Ranch on Route 26 in Theresa to honor Trooper Davis. The American flag has been set at half-staff. Former Town of Theresa Judge Roger Duval was a colleague and close friend to Davis and his family. He says this memorial is just a small way to pay tribute to such a great man.
He was a great friend. He believed in people and he honored people. He trusted you, and by doing this today, lowering the flag, it just shows respect for a person that we all should live to emulate.
Duval is hoping the roadside memorial will give people a place to pay tribute. And we are learning much more about the kind of man Trooper Joel Davis was. 7 News reporter Amanda Corna is live in our studio with more on that. Amanda.
Jeff, Joel Davis will be remembered not only as a state trooper, but as a friend, a coach, and a guy everyone liked. At the Jefferson County Public Safety Building, a picture of Trooper Joel Davis is portrayed on a TV screen in the main entrance. It's a building Davis spent almost a decade in as a Jefferson County Sheriff's Deputy. Sheriff's Deputy John Gleason was trained by Davis, and later they became close friends. Davis was even a groomsman in Gleason's wedding.
Whenever you doubted yourself or whenever you were going through a tough time, you could call him and he would, I don't know, just talk you through it.
Sheriff's Deputy Carrie Mangino was also trained by Davis when he was with the Sheriff's Office.
He could talk to anybody. He was very down to earth, very just a great personality.
Outside of work, Davis was active in his community. In high school, he played varsity soccer and baseball at Indian River, and as an adult, he went back to baseball, this time as a coach for Evans Mills Youth Baseball.
The football games, we would always see him there. He just had a very good relationship with that community.
He was just always a giving and caring and lovable person to everybody in the community, and it's a big loss to the community.
Davis was always willing to help his community in any way he could, whether he was just Joel or Trooper Davis.
As a state trooper, he has been there for everyone in all of our buildings. He's one of our responders whenever we have a situation. He's always been there to protect the peace.
And Jeff, as we've been hearing a lot about tonight, Davis was a real family man. He came from a very close-knit family. Sheriff's Deputy John Gleason says when he wasn't talking about work, Davis would talk about his family. Davis is survived by a wife and 3 children.
All right, Amanda Corna with that story. Thank you. Now, the governor has ordered flags to fly at half-staff in tribute to Trooper Davis. Funeral arrangements are incomplete. In other news here tonight, a first responder who died last week in a tragic auto accident with 2 co-workers on Interstate 81 is laid to rest. Greg Williams always rushed to the aid of others. Today, family and his fellow first responders were at his side. An R.B. Lawrence ambulance led the way from services in Canton to the cemetery in Herman. The DeKalb Junction man worked at the ambulance company as a part-time driver after a long career as a maintenance engineer.
He was really a devoted, reliable, dependable employee that we just are going to miss terribly. He really enjoyed his job, and you could tell he did.
Williams and the 2 other employees at R.B. Lawrence died after their car hit a jackknife tanker on their way coming back from transferring a patient in the Syracuse area. The 2 others, Roger Cota and Corey Moore, will be laid to rest Tuesday. Lewis County General Hospital has a new CEO. Jerry Kerr will take over as head of the hospital on the 31st. Kerr comes to Lowville from Maine, where he was Chief Operating Officer of Franklin Memorial Hospital. Kerr says his first steps will be reviewing hospital systems and visit communities throughout Lewis County.
I think the overlay now of confusion in Washington and how healthcare will be financed moving forward we just have to be very attentive to that.
CARE will replace interim CEO Michelle Prince, who will continue as the hospital's chief operating officer. Time for a first check on that forecast, and we turn to John Kubis tonight. Hi, John.
Hey, Jeff. Yeah, we've got a little bit of just go right to the Doppler radar so we can see exactly what's going on outside right now. And notice the absence of any precipitation here in the North Country, but as we zoom in a little bit to the west, and there you see it right around Rochester and also towards Lockport, a little bit of showers and possibly maybe even some thunderstorms as well. This mess headed towards the North Country, and if it holds together, I do believe it will, it should be moving on through, say, after midnight tonight and potentially first thing tomorrow morning as well. There you see it overnight tonight, mild and muggy lows in the upper 60s, and right around 2 a.m. we could be dealing with some scattered showers and possibly a thunderstorm as well. We keep it unsettled over the next couple of days. We'll talk about that forecast in a few minutes.
John, thank you. Still to come on 7 News this evening, it's setup day at the Jefferson County Fair, the 200th year. It begins tomorrow. And from tee to green, the Watertown City Golf Championship continues. Sports with Mel on its way.
From the North Country's news station, you're watching 7 News this evening with Jeff Cole. Tonight's weather with John Kubis. And your North Country sports with Mel Bussler.
This summer, in a place where flavor runs deep, any dish and every glass might be the best you've ever tasted, as long as you don't forget your appetite. New York State, it's all here, it's only here. Plan your trip to the Finger Lakes at iloveny.com.
You can't put a price on safety. That's why every 2017 Toyota RAV4 comes with lane departure alert, pre-collision system, dynamic radar cruise control, and automatic high beams, all standard at no extra charge. To get similar safety features in a Nissan Rogue, you'd have to pay $8,320 more. The 2017 Toyota RAV4. When it comes to safety, Toyota sets the standard. Tested, trusted, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Your Turn with Diane Rutherford. Brought to you by AirServe of Northern New York.
We send you our photo before we come. And we come on time. We keep your driveway clear and your floors. We check your whole system before every repair, and we stand behind it free of charge. We are AirServe, because heating and cooling isn't just about expertise, it's about peace of mind.
Diane Rutherford has your views on the news with Your Turn.
A radiologist at Samaritan Medical Center and 3 North Country ambulance workers were killed last week in a multi-vehicle crash on Interstate 81 in the Oswego County town of Sandy Creek.
Our first message says it's a tragedy for our communities to lose the very people who have saved so many lives. Here's another. Seriously, why does a tractor trailer swerve for a deer? An 18-wheeler hitting a deer is like a Prius hitting a mosquito. And this one. My heart goes out to all the families who lost their loved ones in that accident.
The massive drug roundup known as Operation Gravy Train took place just over a month ago, but the wheels of justice are turning quickly as suspects are taking plea deals.
This message says plea deals shouldn't even be an option. Seriously, we're trying to clean up the streets, and by doing this, you think they won't be back out there doing it again? And this one, plea deals are necessary. If not for plea deals, the system would be even worse than it is now.
I'm Diane Rutherford.
Back here in a couple of moments, your forecast after the break.
It's go time at Dunkin' with 2 egg and cheese wake-up wraps for $2. Enjoy 2 freshly made oven-toasted wraps and keep on running all day long. America runs on Dunkin'.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is in full swing.
They are not listening to me.
Watch this. Who wants ice cream?
So that's how you get them to listen.
Take week on Summer Right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now with summer's hottest offer. Get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. During the Ford Summer Sales Event, get 0% for 72 months plus an additional $1,000 on top of your trade-in. Offer ends soon.
I want to give my family a magical getaway we'll remember forever. For us, that means Darien Lake. Tucked away in the woods with cabins, camping, and a hotel right at the park. Wake up to coasters, rides, and a huge water park. End your day under the stars with an unforgettable show. All just a short drive away, so there's no hassle and low cost. And you still get all the magic and memories. When we want a magical getaway, we choose Darien Lake. Close to home, close to the heart.
Say hello to the new frozen Dunkin' coffee. Real Dunkin' coffee, blended frozen, creamy smooth. A whole new way to enjoy your favorite coffee. America runs on Dunkin'.
Now, tonight's weather.
Another very ominous weather photo behind me. Let's get right to it. This one taken in Henderson Harbor by Bill, and there you see the leading edge to some showers and also some thunderstorms as well. Thank you much. Sure to appreciate the photo. Of course, if you've got one you'd like to share, send it to me at jkubis@wwnytv.net. Checking out the satellite and radar composite, there you see some green showing up, mainly Rochester and points east or points west, I should say, and all this mess eventually headed our way. And I think we will be dealing with the risk of a shower, possibly a thunderstorm later on tonight, and then potentially again during the course of the day tomorrow. Still mild outside right now, 78 degrees with sunshine, winds from the southwest at about 8 miles per hour. Dew points in the sticky lower 60s, and that moisture, the fuel, so to speak, for those showers and also those thunderstorms off to our west. Pressure right now, 2988. It has been falling as low pressure heads in our direction. We're at the high. Our low this morning, 65. There you see the averages, and we're well off in the average low end of things at 58, but pretty much spot on as far as the average high. Your records at 92, set back in 2007. It was a chilly one in 62. We bottomed out at 43 degrees. Outside right now, it is mild virtually everywhere. 77 in Messina. 78 in Lowville, a little bit cooler in Barnes Corners. You're at 72. 73 right now across the border in Kingston. Mid-70s in Ottawa. Upper 70s in Syracuse, lower 70s right now in Buffalo, hot in Albany as they are currently at 80 degrees, 79 in the Big Apple and 84 right now in Boston. It is hot out west, 94s in Dallas, Denver, and also Kansas City, and a warm 89 right now in Atlanta. Triple digits back again in Phoenix, they're at 107. A little bit cooler, say around Seattle at 70 degrees, and cooler still in San Francisco as they are currently in the middle 60s. There it is off to the west, that area of low pressure and that attached cold front that'll blow on through during the course of the day tomorrow and give us that risk of a shower and possibly a thunderstorm later on in the day on your Tuesday. Your forecast for tonight calls for the risk of a shower, possibly maybe even a thunderstorm later on tonight. Mild and muggy with your lows in the middle 60s across the board. Tomorrow, the risk of a shower, possibly a thunderstorm in the morning and then again in the afternoon, and your highs in the upper 70s. In Lewis County tonight, the risk of a shower, possibly a thunderstorm late. Lows anywhere from 61 in Osceola to 65 in Harrisville. Tomorrow, the risk of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm, 77 in Port Leyden, 79 your high in Lowville. Up north, maybe a shower, possibly a thunderstorm after midnight, 64 in Messina. 61 degrees your low in Wanakena. Tomorrow, maybe a shower, possibly an afternoon thunderstorm, highs in the middle to upper 70s to around 80 degrees. Checking out your extended forecast, I'm thinking Wednesday will be dry with highs right around 75, so very comfortable for this time of year. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and even Sunday as well, we reintroduce that risk of a shower, possibly a thunderstorm, because the humidity will be on the rise with highs in the 70s and your lows in the lower to middle 60s. Plan on doing some boating this evening. There is the risk of a shower up north along the muddy St. Lawrence River, but temperatures in the 70s and a southwesterly wind at about 5 to 15 knots. And on to today's weather class question. It's brought to you by Mahoney's Auto Mall. 738 people have done business with Mahoney's. It's our large inventory, and that's no baloney. Now, fog and stratus clouds are most common during which of the following times of day? Late evening, late afternoon, early morning or early afternoon. What do you think?
C.
Yeah, I'll go C, early morning.
Guess that's when the moisture is the most abundant in the air.
Yeah, I did a lot of mornings driving at that hour.
I'm
so
sure
I knew
you did.
A lot of fog. We're playing some golf over here.
Yeah, we are. It's a sport I could teach you if you'd like.
I'd love it.
I'll work on your swing a little bit. We've got sports coming your way next. Stay tuned.
When homes are selling fast, who can ensure you'll get the most money for yours? I'm Barbara Corcoran, and I've managed agents who have sold homes for thousands of dollars over list price. The key is to hire the agent with a smart, aggressive marketing plan. In Watertown and the Thousand Islands region, no agent markets quite like Jason Smith. Jason's advanced marketing allows him to offer you an immediate buyout program with flexible fees. Go to jasonsmithrealestate.com and get top dollar for your home.
Getting screened for breast cancer just costs too much.
Copays are high and insurance has deductibles.
The cost is always an issue.
New York State leads the nation making breast cancer screenings cost-free. No copays, deductibles, or other costs. Screenings are free for nearly all women, even if you have no insurance. And early detection saves lives.
Now there are no excuses.
And no cost to me.
Get screened, no excuses. Go to ny.gov/getscreened.
Closed captioning brought to you by Mead Optical, with offices in Lowville and at 1000 Washington Street in Watertown. Proudly serving the North Country for over 100 years. We're looking out for you.
Some of the best days start at Old Forge Camping Resort at Water Safari. There's nothing like the Adirondacks. The best part is the thrill of Water Safari right next door.
Get wet! New York's largest water theme park with something for everyone and every age. From dry rides to wet slides. Check out the stay and play savings for discount lodging and Water Safari admission savings. At Old Forge Camping Resort, you can drive up in your RV, pitch a tent, or stay in a cabin or cottage.
Best day.
Best day ever.
Hi, I'm Jim Spencer. As president of Kinney Drugs, I happen to think we're very special.
We know your names. We know your family's names.
We may even know your dog's name.
Hello, sir.
We make it easy to use Kinney Pharmacy.
Hey, I was just refilling my prescription.
Kinney's iconic orange bags. They're high quality and they last, just like our company.
Woo! The best thing about Kinney Drugs is our amazing customers, orange bags and all.
Bustler's Beauty is brought to you by TLC Real Estate. Trust, loyalty, commitment.
Now your North Country sports.
The Watertown Men's City Golf Tournament going on all this week at Ives Hill Country Club. After a weekend full of qualifying match play action today at the local course. The first pairing out on Monday, Steve Algrim teeing off on 1. Taking on Brian Sheely, who upended Toby Draper on Sunday. Sheely with a nice approach shot here onto the green. Oh, very nice. The Good Doctor matches the effort. They would have the hole. Also golfing today, John Buffalini against Sean Thomas. Chris Denisha taking on Mike Bayman. We'll have results from all 3 matches along with highlights later tonight. It's Monday, which means it's time for Bustler's Beauties, brought to you by TLC Real Estate. Buying or selling, TLC is there. It's time for the good, the bad, the beauts. We begin with the Cardinals center fielder, Tommy Pham. Home run robbing catch. The Orioles' Joey Rickard pays the price, but makes this catch and left. Washington's Anthony Rendon making this grab despite getting up close and personal with the fans. The Indians' Bradley Zimmer takes flight in center. Full extension. Talk about sleight of hand. He makes the grab and gets the double play. Worth another look. The Dodgers' Corey Seager tracks this one down at short. The Blue Jays' Josh Donaldson at the hot corner. Here's the pop-up. When's the last time you've seen an infield triple? You just saw one. The Mets' Curtis Granderson has this one all the way. Oh, boy. Miami's Giancarlo Stanton. So close, yet so far. Well, excuse me. Here's the swing. The Brewers' Orlando Arcia caught in a rundown. He does his best Houdini and gets out of it. In for the slam. Oops. Hello. Hey, how about some pine tar, buddy? Finally, this answers the old question, where's the beef? Well, that's it for this week. See ya! Doesn't that look like fun?
Not at all.
No?
No.
No.
My nephew, Cole, his 16th birthday today, he says, quit picking on me.
He's like 6 feet.
Big guy, right?
Tall guy.
Yeah, he'll be right here. We're back in a couple of moments, and we'll have a check on what's coming up at 11 o'clock next.
The beauty of an endless horizon. A breathtaking view of the St. Lawrence. Bella's for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. Gather with friends and savor an artfully presented repast. Indulge in local favorites prepared in-house daily. Treat yourself to fresh baked bread and pastries enhanced with gourmet coffees. Enjoy time well spent. Bella's, Riverside Drive in Clayton. Beautiful.
At Waite Toyota, we know you're tired of the obnoxious ads that have flooded your ears this month. I'm Barry Waite, and I'm tired of them too. That's why my Waite Toyota team and I are giving you nothing. Nothing is in 0% financing available on 13 new Toyota models. Nothing is in 0 down payment available on every new Toyota in stock. You'll also get nothing but my best trade-in offer from the start, and nothing but my finance team doing their best to get you approved. My nothing event really is something. See my team today at Waite Toyota, Route 11, Watertown, and WaiteToyota.com.
Something special is only happening here. College tuition is now free at New York State Public Colleges for full-time students from middle-class families. So now more people can afford an education. With this investment in our future workforce, we're opening doors of opportunity for students and businesses. Only in New York State. Learn more at esd.ny.gov.
Finally tonight, the 200th anniversary of the Jefferson County Fair. It kicks off tomorrow. Today, the rides were going up. Vendors got ready as well. Something new for the fair this year, free admission.
We're open, it makes for a lot more people there. So that's our big thing. FX Cabrera came up with a sponsorship, and it's to help the fair allow everybody to come to the fair free, and we like that idea.
And 7 News will be live from the fair at multiple times throughout Fair Week, but we have a lot to do, a lot to get ready for tomorrow. Let's find out what's coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Jeff Nelson joins us with that. Hi, Jeff.
Well, hi, Jeff. We're going to have much more on the killing of Trooper Joel Davis. You saw some video earlier in the newscast. We will have an extended interview with the trooper's brother, Josh, a Watertown police officer. And, of course, we will bring you the latest information as we receive it about this investigation. It's coming up at 11 o'clock and 10 on your North Country.
And as for the fair tomorrow, we're live during the noon broadcast. And tomorrow night, a few of us will be down there as well. But you always love the fair. Food Row.
I'll be appearing at a booth near you. Yes.
Which one? The kissing booth?
All of them.
Is it the kissing booth?
Yes.
Perfect.
I'm trying to collect extra money.
I got a buck.
All righty.
Going on 6:30. We're back here at 11 o'clock. Join these